So let us start the session today. Today, we start the configuration, right? And I have sent this material basic settings, except for 1 or 2 students. Just 1 or 2 students who came today only. I did not send this material. I will send this material to you also, right, after the class today. So today is the configuration class. So the first concept is enterprise structure. So first, what is enterprise structure? You take any company. It will have some departments. It will have some manufacturing plants. It will have some branches and so on. These are called organization units in the company. One organization unit is linked with the other organization units in some way or the other way. These links are called enterprise structure. Enterprise structure or organization structure. Enterprise structure or organization structure. So as a starting point of configuration, first we have to map the enterprise structure of the client company into SAP system. Just a minute. So as a part of configuration, right, we have to map the enterprise structure of the client company into SAP system. Here, this enterprise structure is separate for every module. Means FI will have its own enterprise structure, CO will have its own enterprise structure, MM, SD, HR, like that, every module will have its own enterprise structure, right? So in the real time, the respective consultants will map the enterprise structure for each module. Means FI consultant will create the FI enterprise structure, MM consultant will create the MM enterprise structure, and SD consultant will create the SD enterprise structure, and so on. Here, our module is FICO. So first we start with FI. Once FI is completed, we start with the CO. So FI means the main purpose of FI is financial accounting. FI means financial accounting, right? So the main purpose of the financial accounting component, is to prepare the financial statements according to the legal requirements of the country in which you are doing the business. For example, if you take India, right? So all the companies in India have to prepare the financial statements according to the legal requirements of Indian Companies Act 2013. Say, for example, as I said, FI enterprise structure. It is created by FI consultant. Then the main purpose of the financial accounting is to prepare the financial statements according to the legal requirements. Then from the viewpoint of preparation of financial statements, you take any company in the world. Remember, this is for the purpose of preparation of financial statements. At the top, you have the group. For the purpose of preparation of financial statements, at the top, you have the group. Group means it will have some individual companies. For example, individual company 1, individual company 2. Then each individual company is carrying on business in Hyderabad, Mumbai. Means every individual company is carrying on business in different geographical areas. So this is the general enterprise structure for any company in the world for the purpose of preparation of financial statements. Now, if you translate this enterprise structure into real time, if you translate this enterprise structure into real time, group means, let us say, GU group. Group means GU group, right? So the GU group contains some individual companies like GE Infotech Limited and GE Paper Mills Limited. Then the GE Infotech Limited is carrying on business in Hyderabad and Chennai. Similarly, GE Paper Mills Limited is also carrying on business in Hyderabad, Chennai, Mumbai, Calcutta, like that. Means every individual company is carrying on business in different geographical areas. So here, this is the real enterprise structure for GE group of companies. Here, the assumption is the GE group has purchased the SAP software from SAP company. Now we are developing the configuration settings for the financial accounting module, assuming that we will carry on our project. Now, if you translate this GE enterprise structure into SAP, right? In SAP, the group is always called company. The group is always called company. Then these individual companies are called company codes. The individual companies are called company codes. Then the geographical areas in which these company codes are carrying on business are called business areas, right? So company, company code, and business areas, these are called organization units in financial accounting. So as a starting point of configuration, right? As a starting point of configuration, first we have to create company. So what is company? Remember, company always represents group in SAP. So at the group level, we can prepare the consolidated financial statements. At the group level, we can prepare the consolidated financial statements. So what is the consolidated financial statements? See, what is the consolidated financial statements? For example, the sum of the financial statements of GE Infotech Limited and GE Paper Mills Limited is called consolidated financial statements. So at the company level, we can always prepare the consolidated financial statements. Okay, then the definition of company is optional. In the normal terminology, we create it as a creation. In the normal terminology, we call it as a creation. But in SAP, right, the creation is called definition, right? So first we define the company. And the company purpose is we can prepare the consolidated financial statements. Then for the company, we have to give one name that is called identification. The identification of company can contain up to 6 characters, but the definition of company is optional. Group, see, you remember one point. In SAP, if any reporting is legally required, that is mandatory. But if any reporting is required as per will and wish of the management, then that is called optional. So you take any country, normally, right? Presentation of financial statements at the group level is not legally required. But if the group management wants to see the consolidated financial statements, then only we have to create a company. So that is the meaning of the company. So all this explanation I have given in your material. See, company represents the group. It can contain up to 6 characters. It is alphanumeric. At the company level, we can prepare the consolidated financial statements. The definition of company is optional. A company can have any number of company codes. Means company means group. So group can have any number of individual companies. That means a company can have any number of company codes. That is the meaning of the company code. Company. Okay. Now let us see how to define the company in the system, in the SAP software. So first we have to log in into servers. Double click on this. Just 1 or 2 persons have not yet given the server access. To all of you have taken the server access already. So double click on SAP logon icon, select the server, click on login button, then enter your user ID, then password. Now, see the step number 1.1, creation of company. This from today itself onwards is the project itself. Here in the financial accounting module, I will take you throughout the total accounting process logically. Then at the end of F5, right, I will show you the clear-cut picture of P&L account and balance sheet. So you can assume that from today itself, it's a real project. Now, step number 1.1, creation of company. So in order to create the company, we have to access one screen. For that screen, I have given the path and also transaction code. So in our training, we are going to cover both the consultant training and also end user training. First, we develop the configuration settings as a consultant. Then we post the transactions. I will show you the output. I will show you the reports, etc. That means in our class, we do some settings as a consultant. We do some activities as a consultant, and also we do some activities as a end user. In that case, how do you know which activity you are performing as a consultant and which activity you are performing as an end user? I will tell you one golden rule, right? You can remember it blindly. For any activity, if the path starts with SPRO, that is the job of the consultant. You can take it granted. For any activity, if the path starts with SPRO, that is the job of the consultant, because SPRO is the transaction code for IMG screen. And the IMG screen is always used by consultants only, right? That's why for the consultant activity, path starts with SPRO. So path is SPRO. SPRO is the transaction code for IMG screen, right? So the transaction code is always to be entered in the command area of SAP Easy Access, right? So here you enter SPRO. We are in SAP Easy Access only. So here you enter SPRO. SPRO always implies clicking on SAP reference IMG also. Click on this SAP reference IMG. Then after SPRO, we have enterprise structure, right? This is called enterprise structure subfolder. Click on this. Then after enterprise structure, we have definition, right? So click on this. Then after definition, we have financial accounting. Click on this. Then after financial accounting, define company is there. So this is called define company. So beside define company, right, we have one execute symbol. This is called clock-like symbol is there, no? This clock-like symbol in SAP is called execute button. So we have to click on this execute button. Ravi, please come out of the screen. Log off from the server. My request is not to do the practice along with me in the class. Listen to the class, take the notes. After the class only, you have to do the practice. Ravi, you please log off from the server.
Yes, sir, I did that. Yeah.
See, define company. Click on this. So after define company, click on new entries. So these are the companies which were already defined in the system, right? Some companies were already defaulted in the software, and some companies have been created by other students from other batches. So we have to create our own company, right? For that, see the material. Click on new entries. This is called new entries. In order to create the company, in these fields, you have to give some information. And these fields I have given you in your material, right? So against these fields, you have to write something. Write down. Company is equal to SSKV GR. Means group, some name I am giving. It is alphanumeric. It is up to 6 characters. Just like that, I am giving SSKV GR. Now you have to write against company SSKV GR. Company name means group name. SSKV group of companies. Company name. Please write down again the material. Like that, every field you have to write in every class. Company name is equal to SSKV group of companies. Then city. City is equal to Chennai. City is equal to Chennai. Means it is the city from which the group headquarters are situated. Right. City is equal to Chennai. And for others who are attending from different countries, right? Chennai is a city in India. So in Chennai city, the group headquarters office is situated. Country is equal to IN. Country is equal to IN. Within brackets, India. Country is equal to IN. So against every field, you have to write against country, IN, within brackets, India. Means here, look at the screen, everybody. This SSKV group of companies is basically operating from India. Suppose if the group is basically operating from USA, we have to give the identification for USA. If the group is basically operating from China, you have to enter the identification for China. If the group is operating from Singapore, you have to enter the identification for Singapore. Remember, this SAP software is used by many companies in the world. So it's an international software. So you may be configuring for any company from any country. In that case, you have to give the identification for the respective country. So how can we find the identification for the countries? If you press on F4, this is called ear-like symbol, right? Even if you click on this symbol, the system will display the list of countries. See, here you can see 238 entries found. Means 238 countries were already defined in the system. Suppose if the group is basically operating from, right, Australia, you enter AU. Bangladesh, BD. Then Canada, CA. Then Switzerland, CH. So IN for India. IN for India, right? Sedika, from which country you are? Sedika, from which country you are? Sedika Habibi, you are from which country? Okay, so IN for India, right? Suppose US is there, United States. Like that, right? You can find the identification from the list. And these countries, this list is available even in the real-time software also. Suppose if you don't find the country you require, right? We can define our countries. We can define our own countries. See, country IN. You can press F4 button. From the list, you can select, right? Otherwise, we can press on this button, right? Then, language is equal to EN. Language is equal to EN. Suppose if you press on this F4 key, again you can see the languages. In the first navigation class, I told you that, right? SAP software was developed in 42 international languages, right? This is 42 languages. These are the 42 languages. In most of the cases, we use English only. Suppose if you don't find the language you require, you cannot define our own languages. Then currency, INR, means Indian rupees. So here we have to enter the currency of the respective country. Again, if you press on F4, you can see the list of countries. And if you don't find the currency you require, right, you can create our own currencies, right? Do one thing. Some space is here, no? Please write down. We can define our own countries and currencies. We can define our own countries and currencies. But we cannot define our own languages. But we cannot define our own languages. Okay. Now see the material. Click on save. After currency, we have the click on save, right? This is called save button. So we can use operating system shortcuts also, right? Control S. Click on save. Now this is called request box. So this request box has got a lot of significance in the real time, right? What is the significance of this request box? I will explain you later. There is a separate topic on this request box. At that time, I will explain. For the time being, click on create request. So here, where is the create request? This is the first time you are using the software, right? In that case, we don't know which is the create request icon, right? In that case, keep the cursor on every icon you see for 1 or 2 seconds. This is called continue icon. This is called display object. And this is called object attributes. And this is called create request, right? So click on this create request. After that, short description. Short description is equal, please write down. FI configuration, please write down. FI configuration for SSKV group of companies. Short description is equal to FI configuration for SSKV group of companies. Then after that, click on save, right? This is called save button. See here, this is called save button. So from now onwards, whenever you get this request box, you just click on enter, that's it. From now onwards, whenever you get this request box, you just click on enter. This is called enter button. Otherwise, you can use the enter button in your keyboard. See, data was set. In the first navigation class, I told you, OK message. OK message is displayed on the status bar. And it is displayed in the green color. So whenever this is the OK message. Whenever you get the message, data was saved. Your setting is correct. If any error is there, the system will display what is that error on this status bar. So we have created one company. Now, see the step number 1.2, define company code. So what is company code? Here, GE Infotech Limited, GE Paper Mills Limited are called company codes. That means every legal entity is called company code. In India, every limited company and private limited company are created as company codes. In USA, every INC, incorporation, and every LLC, limited liability company, are created as company codes. In UK, every limited is created as company code. That means every separate legal entity is created as company code in SAP. Suppose, for example, if you take India, Tata Group is company, right? Then under the Tata Group, we have number of legal entities like Tata Steels Limited, one company code. Tata Tele Limited, one company code. Tata Motors Limited, one company code. Tata DVR Limited, one company code. Tata Rayon Limited, one company code. Tata Power Limited, one company code. Like that, every separate legal entity is created as company code. Then the definition of company code is mandatory. The definition of company code is mandatory because according to legal requirements or according to Indian Companies Act, we have to prepare the financial statements at the company code level, and these financial statements are to be submitted to many external legal agencies. That's why the definition of company code is mandatory. Then the company code identification can contain up to 4 characters. Up to 4 means you can give 1 or 2 or 3, but maximum 4. Maximum 4, right? Now, this is the normal explanation for your understanding purpose, but from the interview point of view, suppose if they ask you what is company code, normally they don't ask you what is company code because it's very, very basic. In case in the interview, if you face the question, what is the company code? Then you have to say this. It is the organization unit in the financial accounting for which a complete set of books of accounts are maintained, necessary for external legal reporting, that is to prepare legal financial statements. Generally, every separate legal entity is created as company code in SAP. If the boundaries of a particular country are crossed, then we have to create the company code. That means here, suppose our company code is Tata Steel Limited, right? Then this Tata Steels Limited is carrying on business in India. Now it wants to carry on business in US. In that case, first it has to apply for the US federal government for getting the approval, for which it has to submit lot of documents. Then the US government will give the approval. Then it becomes a separate legal entity. Separate legal entity means a separate company code. Then you want to carry on business in UK. Then again, you have to get yourself registered under the UK Companies Act. Then it becomes a legal entity. Like that, if the boundaries of any particular company, particular country are crossed, then we have to create company code. Clear? The definition of company code is mandatory. Then it can contain up to 4 characters. It is alphanumeric. So this is the meaning of the company code. Now we will see how to define company code, right? So in order to create the company code, we need to access one screen. So for that screen, I have given the path here and also have given the transaction code. And the path is also starting with SPRO. Means it is also done by consultant only. Clear? Now, SPRO is the transaction code for IMG scheme, right? Now, the transaction code is always to be entered in the command area of SAP Easy Access. Is this SAP Easy Access? No. So you have to enter /n. You have to prefix /n SPRO. So instead of thinking of this much logic, for every transaction code, you just to prefix /n. That's it. SPRO always implies clicking on SAP reference IMG also. Then after SPRO, enterprise structure. Enterprise structure. After enterprise structure, we have definition. Then after definition, we have financial accounting. This is the financial accounting. Then after financial accounting, edit, copy, delete, check company code. This is called edit, copy, delete, check company code. Click on this. Then double click on edit company code data. This is called edit company code data. After that, click on new entries. This is the new entries button. Company code is equal to SSKV. Just like that, I'm using SSKV. Now in the material, write down against the company code SSKV. Company name is equal to Reliance Power Limited. Company name is equal to Reliance Power Limited. Please write down. Company name is equal to Reliance Power Limited. Then city, Mumbai. Means the registered office of this company code is situated in Mumbai. I hope everybody is writing in the material. City is equal to Mumbai. Country is equal to IN. Country is equal to IN. Currency INR. Currency INR. Language EN. EN for English. So after giving all this information again, click on save. This is called save button. Now you'll be taken to one big screen, right? So in this screen, you can provide the address information of the company code. In this screen, you can provide the address information of the company code. This is also called address screen. Title is equal to company. Title is equal to company. Then country is equal to IN. This is the country. Country is equal to IN. Now, what about other fields? Here, you can enter the complete name of the company code. You can enter the complete name of the company code, right? Then, sometimes what happens, the company code name may be larger than the length of this field, right? In that case, you can enter the complete name of the company code here. And if the name of the company code is larger than the length of these two lines, then this is called more fields button. See, if you keep the cursor on any icon, right, the system will tell you that name of icon. Now, the name of that icon. No, I am on the full volume, right? Shyam, I am on the full volume, and for others also, I am very much clear. You try to increase the volume of your speakers. See, if you press on this button, more fields button, right, the system will add 2 more lines. You can enter the complete name. Once you enter the name, you can click on this more fields button. Then it will be closed. Then here you can maintain the set term. That is called keywords. If you have number of companies the same name, Reliance Power Limited, Reliance Industries Limited, right? Reliance Natural Resources Limited, Reliance Rayons Limited, right? Like that, if you have the number of companies the same name Reliance under your group, you can enter the key term here. Then you can enter the street name, house number, postal code, city of your registered office of the company code. If the address is more larger, again you can expand these fields. You can enter the complete address here. Once you enter the address, you can close it. Then here you can enter post box number, postal code, company postal code, then communication information. What is your telephone number? Your company code telephone number, extension, mobile number, fax number, extension, email address, data line, telebox. So all this information you can enter in the real time. So who will provide you all this information? The accounts department of the company code or the project implementation team of your client company, right, will provide you all this information. Here we don't have all this information. That's why I'm not maintaining. Once you maintain this information, click on enter. In your material, click on save is there. It is not saved. Click on enter. You strike off the word save. In that place, you write enter. See, as I said, from now onwards, when you get this request box, you just click on enter button. See, data was saved. So if you want to create one more company code, right, you follow the same path and you provide all the details of the company code. See, here in the class, we have used company code SSKV, right? Now, in your practice, you have to create the company code with other name. System will not accept the SSKV. One identification can be used only once in the system. So while creating your own company codes, you have to give your own names. Now, you know, Reliance Power Limited is part of the group SSKV. But how the system does not, how the system knows? Because we have created company in one screen and a company code in another screen, right? In that case, how the system understands that this Reliance Power Limited is part of our company? Before that, here in the company code, we have maintained some information, right? Country, we have given IN, currency, INR, language, English. So what is the purpose of these fields? I have given in the material, country. The information given in this field is called home country of the company code, and every other country is considered by the system as foreign country. So Reliance Power Limited home country is India. So it has to prepare the financial statements according to Indian Companies Act. According to Indian Companies Act. Every other country is considered by the system as foreign country. Then we have given the currency INR, right? Currency means the currency entered in this field is called company code local currency. Under this line, this we have to remember very much. Underline this sentence. The currency entered in this field is called company code local currency. Every other currency is treated by the system as foreign currency. Then this information is used by the system in identifying the foreign currency. The financial statements are prepared in the company code local currency only. See, our company code is Reliance Power Limited, right? And this Reliance Power Limited has to prepare the financial statements in Indian rupees only. Obviously, when you are in India, right, you have to prepare the financial statements in country currency only. Then we have given the language, EN. The language entered in this field determines the language in which the books of accounts are maintained, the checks and correspondence documents are printed. So here, language English means our books of accounts are maintained in English, your purchase orders, right? Your vendor invoices, sorry, your customer invoices, then credit notes, debit notes, etc., etc. All the correspondence documents are printed in English language only. So that is the purpose of these three fields. So these notes you have to read every day. Okay, at the end of the class, I will tell you how to prepare. Then assign company code to company. Here, we have created a company in one screen and a company code in another screen. In that case, how the system knows that SSKV is part of our group? For that, we have to provide the link between, right, company and company code. That is called assignment. Assignment means providing the links between two objects in the software is called assignment, right? So path is SPRO, means it is also done by consultant. So you have to prefix /n for every transaction code. So /n SPRO. Then enterprise structure. This is enterprise structure. Then assignment. Then financial accounting. Then assign company code to company. See, assign company code to company. Click on this. Then click on position. This is called position button. Company code. So company code SSKV. This is what you have created just now. Company code is called SSKV. Click on enter. See, our company code has been taken in the first line, right? Here, company. Write down. Company is equal to SSKV GR. GR means group, just like that I have taken. Company SSKV GR. Company is equal to SSKV GR. Click on save. As I said, whenever you get this request box, just click on enter. See, data was saved. Now we can start the practice. Here, I will tell you one effective way to do the practice. Right? Just a minute. Yeah, I will tell you one effective way of doing the practice. What you have to do is, you create one company first. So again, you create one company code. Then, while creating the company codes, right, you can use any name, but don't use the names used in this class. The system will give you the error message. You create the company and company code with whatever name you want, right? Now, first you create one company, then you create one company code. After that, you assign company code to company. 3 steps you do. Again, you create the second company. You create one more company. But before creating the second company, right, read the notes. what is the meaning of the company? Read the notes, understand the concept of company, then you create a company in the system. While creating the second company, read the notes. What I'm saying is, read the notes, understand the concept, then create company. Then you create second company code. Before creating the second company code, right? First to read the notes, understand the meaning of the company code, then you create it. Because what happens is, at the time of doing the settings for the first time, right? Your mind may be a little bit wavering, like what? Whether I'm doing correctly or not, or whether I will get the output or not, like that. Just to follow the material slow and steady. Don't be in a hurry while doing the practice, right? Keep the material with you, right? Follow the path, create the objects, slow and steady. If you do the practice like that, you get the output. So once you get the output in the first circuit, in the first round, then you create another company code, another company, assign company code to company. Before doing the second round of practice, you read the notes, understand the concept, then you create. If you do the practice like this, right, you get a very good understanding of the subject. In SAP, right, interviews, I'm talking about interviews. How is not important? How to create a company code is not important. Why is important? And what is important? Why you have to create a company code? What is company code? Why we have to create a company and what is company? That is important from the interview point of view. In the interview, they will not give you any system and they will not ask you to create a company code like that. Right? So if you do the practice like this, you get the very good clarity of the subject. Then at the end of the training sessions, I will send you some other material, and also I will send you the interview questions also. If you prepare them, that's enough. You get the job within 2-3 months of completion of your course. And while doing the practice, right, if you get any errors or any doubts, right, immediately you can WhatsApp me, right? Most of you on my WhatsApp, right? Just 1 or 2 persons, right? They are not on my WhatsApp. This is my WhatsApp number. Just add me on WhatsApp. While doing the practice, if you get any errors or any doubts, just WhatsApp me. I will give you the solution for the error. And sometimes what happens, in the class, you feel everything is clear, but while doing the practice, you may get doubt. Right? In that case, you can send your doubt on WhatsApp. Otherwise, you can ask me in the class as you wish. Right? I respond very fast on the WhatsApp. Right? All of you might have experienced this already. I will respond very fast unless it's a night time. Right? I respond very fast on WhatsApp. This is how you have to do the practice. Right? So in today's class, we have created a company code, and we have assigned a company code to company. So these 3 settings only you do in your practice. Every day, we do some settings in the class. And these settings, again, you have to recreate them in the server. Every day, this is your exercise. Every day, this is your exercise, right? So any questions from anybody? First, raise your hands. I'll be coming one by one. So again, we have the class on Monday. Our classes are from Monday to Friday only. Today is Friday. Again, we have the class on Monday. Whoever have got the server access, right? You can start practice now, right? And server is available 24/7. You can do the practice anytime. Okay. And who just 1 or 2 persons, I think, have not got the server access. First, you install the SAP GUI. Once you install the SAP GUI, just let me know. I will give the server access. I hope everything is clear to everybody. Okay, then.
Sir, one question.
Ravi, tell me.
Yeah. So while defining this company and company code, suppose you selected a country as India. So the rest of the configuration all falls with the keeping in mind the source. I mean, the original country of the company is India only. You
Yes.
cannot change it later on.
What is the necessity to change? For example, you are in India. You are
Okay.
doing business in India. While creating company code, you have given India. Then what is the necessity for you to change the country?
I get it. So let me put it in a different way, right? So does that make any difference when you're defining in India or
I'm
country as
asking
a
the
US
logic
or
behind this.
Dubai or Singapore?
You are doing business in India, right?
Okay.
And you have to report according to Indian companies at legal requirements. So compulsory, you have to put India.
Okay.
So how can you put other country?
No, I'm not asking to put other country. I'm just asking, are there any differentiations in terms of any other
Definitely.
configurations?
Lot of differentiation will be there.
Okay, got it.
Right. So you
That's
have
what I
to
wanted to
put the
understand.
country in which you are legally registered and in which you are doing the business.
So basically, there are other configuration settings are different from country to country.
Yes.
Okay.
Normally, right, there will be little bit differences between country to country because accounting system is always same throughout the country unless according to some other accounting principles, right?
Got it.
So most of the accounting systems are same, but when you have to report according to different accounting principles, we have to develop additional configuration. So what are the other accounting principles? How to report according to other accounting principles also we will cover later on.
Got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I will send you Divya. Today I will send you, right? Any questions from anybody else?
Sir Manju here. I have one question. Can we create under company? Yeah. Under
right?
com. Yes, right. Yes, right.
Okay.
Under company, can we create two company code? One in the India and Indian under Indian country, and another company code in the US country, and both currencies are different, right? That time, it will accept that system.
Yeah. See, group means that only. Suppose Tata Group is there. It is doing business in India. It is doing business in UK. It is doing business in Australia, right? So for each country legal entity, we create different company codes and we maintain the different currencies. For Indian entity, currency INR. For USA entity, currency USD. For Australian entity, currency Australian dollar, right? Then all these three company codes can be assigned to same company. Obviously, you can assign.
Okay, again, can we generate financial statement on company level, because all the three countries, whatever we are assigning different countries, the currency is different. When we are consolidating in company level, all currencies will automatically convert it to INR.
No, we have to do the configuration. Yeah, we have to do the configuration settings. System will not convert automatically. We do configuration settings. Because of those configuration settings, the system will do the conversion automatically. That will be covered under group currency, right? There is one topic in a financial accounting, group currency. At the time of group currency, I will show you how the system will convert the financial transactions of different company codes into group currency. Okay, Manjunath. Yes or no, Manjunath? So if your doubt is clear, please.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, then see you on Monday. Good night and good day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Happy weekend,
Thank
everybody.
You too. Have a good weekend. Thank you.